We're down to the final two players at this year's Australian Open as Aryna Sabalenka, the back-to-back champ, takes on Madison Keys. Now, the big question, guys, who wins? That's why we're here today. A little preview and prediction of this matchup. Let's get started by talking about the back-to-back champ, Aryna Sabalenka. Obviously, a lot at stake for Sabalenka. Now, she's the world number one. She's not going to lose her ranking even if she loses this matchup. But the big stakes here is she could become the first woman since Martina Hingis to win 3 straight Australian Open titles. Hingis did that 97, 98, and 99. Now, Sabalenka wants to join her in this category. I think you guys know what she has to do well, and that's just be yourself. You are always at the mercy of Sabalenka's racket. She controls her own destiny in whatever tournament that she's in. You guys know that, right? That big power game, that big first serve. She rips forehands that are so fast. I mean, she hits harder than most men on tour. That's how talented Sabalenka is. Now, granted, when she's hitting the ball, it's flat. I know the guys put a lot of speed on it. We're not going to get into the X's and O's and the weeds and that sort of stuff, but just know that Sabalenka, you're always at the mercy of a racket. But speaking of being at the mercy of somebody's racket, Madison Keys does a pretty damn good job of that herself. Look at that semifinal win over Iga Swiatek. Several times, especially in that last set, when she was digging down deep, she was ripping some balls 98 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, right down the line at Swiatek. And that was a fantastic match. That was so fun to watch. But here's the big thing coming into this one for me, right? When I look at this matchup, and if you guys saw my preview prediction with the Sabalenka and Paula Badosa matchup, I referenced this as well. When it's power versus power, I think it always goes towards Sabalenka. It is so hard to outpower. Now, one person that was having success with it and actually blew a match against Sabalenka was a few years ago at the U.S. Open. Who was the opponent that day? Madison Keys. If you guys remember on that day, Keys was up big on Sabalenka, appeared to be rolling, appeared to be on her way to making another U.S. Open final. Sabalenka, big comeback, went on to win that match, then lose 3 sets in the final to Coco Gauff. Now, Keys has the talent to do so. What I'm worried about with Keys is, what's the stamina going to be like here at the end of this year's tournament? She's played a lot of 3-setters, right? A 3-setter with Rybakina. She played a 3-setter with Elina Svitolina. A 3-setter and an epic match with Iga Swiatek. Not to mention she played right before the Australian Open in a tournament that she won. She's played a lot of matches in a short period of time, a lot of 3-setters. How's the stamina going to hold up? That's what I'm worried about. And that's why, for me, I'm making this prediction with Sabalenka winning her 3rd straight Australian Open title. I just think she's so good. This is the best surface for her. She's lethal on it. And she's also a little bit rested, too, not playing as many 3-setters. Again, pretty much for the most part, getting through this tournament without too many hiccups. Last year, she did without losing a set. This year, maybe not as clean, but it's been pretty damn clean from Sabalenka for the most part. Sabalenka's really going to have a meltdown somewhere. Now, somebody's going to have a meltdown and lose. I mean, Sabalenka's the person to do that. But still, I just think Sabalenka's too talented on the surface. She's playing so well. She's the more rested player at this moment. So I'm going with Aryna Sabalenka to win this year's Australian Open Championship, and it will be her 3rd straight title in the land down under.